Well, hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. I'm just leaving my little coffee stop, not the one that I often go to on the way home, but one of my other ones. This one's in near Pocklington, sort of in the York kind of area. I got a nice sunny relaxed chilled ride evening, and I'm going to be heading down now to Squires Cafe from here, and then from there I'll probably head over to that other Starbucks, get a final little evening's coffee, and then head back home. But yeah, as I say, right now we're going to be heading back towards down towards Squires Cafe in the sunshine, in the lovely evening. Nice little roundabout that, isn't it? What's he doing here? Just keep an eye on what St John's. Anyway, we're on the road. And there are some nice roads around here as well, actually, and I came up earlier, can't remember where I had been before that, but headed up in this direction. There's quite a few little sort of 30 zones which do sort of spoil the flow a little bit, but outside of those there's some pretty nice roads up here. So I'll take you on a bit of a run, because I know you want to, because I know you've come to tune in to my fabulous channel. Oh, he's taking up a bit of the road there, isn't he? Yeah, how much of the road do you need, you wanker? I've just got the bike all sort of nicely set up in touring mode. So I'm in a nice little comfy suspension setup, nice amount of power available on the throttle, and just easing it around. Now, I had been looking on the internet again at the old carbon accessories that you can get for these things, and I'm in two minds at the minute whether to spend some cash and buy some stuff for the front end of it and just make it look a little bit sort of meaner, because it is, I think, a bit of a wolf in sheep's clothing, this bike. I think it's very similar in so many ways to the Hypermotard SP. The fact that it's got the grunt, the torque, power. Oh shit, we've got this bloody... Now, I don't know if this is still ongoing here, but we've got some kind of weird thing going on up here, if they're still doing it, which is the sort of... I saw this earlier as I was coming through. They're all jogging back and forth. Just hundreds of people jogging backwards and forwards on a stretch of road. It says cycle event, but I don't know whether it is or it isn't, so we'll have to have a little watch out here. It's just these guys all just jogging away. How do we go on here? So presumably we just have to sort of teetle along somehow, do we? Very odd. What the hell this is all about? Is it some sort of stamina kind of exercise? So to take it easy, because of course I'm on the wrong side of the road while these guys keep running up and down here, doing what it is they do. Give them plenty of room, but I just have to be a bit careful here because we're just at a bend. I don't know what's coming around that corner, so I'm just going to have to go in a little bit just to see. Yeah, we're good. But yeah, I don't know what this event is. It just seems to be loads of some of them not actually running by this stage. I think they must be absolutely knackered by the look of it. I wonder what this is. Just come round a little bit here just to keep a check on it. You never know who's coming flying the other way. It is funny, these areas around the sort of Yorkie sort of area. There's always something like this kind of stuff going on. I never quite know what to expect each time I come up here. There's always some sort of cycling event or jogging or running or tough mudder or something like that going on around these parts of north. Anyway, so yeah, I was looking on a website. What was it called? What's it called? Carbon Performance or something like that. And they do quite a few carbon things to the front of this bike, and I saw one picture of a bike that they had done up with it, and it looked absolutely amazing to me. I put a little picture on my Facebook page. If you watch my YouTube channel and you want to go across to my Facebook page for any bizarre reason that you might want to, God only knows why, but if you do, then you can, and all you have to do is search Chris Gerard, G-E-R-R-A-R-D, and if you find my Facebook site page, then I usually sort of just have a bit of a general rant on there and pick up on bits and pieces, but I put a little picture on there of some of the carbon stuff that I'd seen that I quite liked. Now the thing is, as I mentioned I think in one of my other videos, these things aren't cheap, so you know, you kind of have to make a decision about, do you want to spend quite a lot of money? I'm thinking that the front end of it is going to be well over £1,000 to get the nose beak thing, the bit of carbon above the headlight, and the two shoulders that kind of go down here at the sides, the air intake covers. And it's quite a lot of money, is that? You know, if you added on to that the front fender as well, if you want to go that far, you'd be sort of talking, I think, about 1,300, 1,500, something in that sort of range. So that's why I'm not just rushing into putting an order through, because it's all in stock from what they say on the websites. I have to get different pieces from different places, because one of them, if I was to get the front fender, I would definitely be wanting to get the Ducati one, because that's the bit where all the sort of cables and brake pipes and stuff get routed through, and I know that Ducati themselves have said if you don't get just the right setup for this skyhook suspension stuff, it can create problems. So I'll probably get the front fender thing from those guys if I'm going ahead with it, and then I'll get the other bits and pieces. And I'm probably going to get matte, satin matte sort of look, carbon that matches this screen that's already on the bike, and then I'll get the beak and the headlight fairing in matte, and then I might have a little sort of cheeky change on the air intake cover shoulder things and make those gloss, just to give it a bit of a sort of a change, I suppose, so it's not all just matte carbon at the front end. But and then again, I might just not do any of it, I don't know. It's kind of the wrong time of year as well, isn't it? Because for bikers amongst you who are watching this, it kind of, we are on the rundown now. Summer came and went, didn't it? I mean, we've had a fantastic summer towards the end of the summer. At the beginning, it was all a bit doubtful as to whether we were going to actually get any decent summer, and then we've had this like 10 weeks plus of really, really nice weather. But it feels like I could do with another couple of months of it. It just doesn't feel like it's been long enough. I'm sure it feels the same for the other guys who are there on bikes as well. But yeah, today, this afternoon, has turned out to be a really nice, still 23 degrees now, and it's like 10 to 7 in the evening. But it has turned out to be one absolutely beautiful afternoon today for being out. Not even just for biking, but just for being out here in the countryside and seeing some of this fabulous stuff. Now, because it's low, the sunshine, I'm just being a little bit careful here because it's kind of in my eyes a fair bit. It's probably in the camera as well, isn't it? Assuming this camera's all working. Now you're in the shade. It breaks through the trees there. You can see it directly in front of you, can you not? Yes. Just bumped into two guys there who were across from Germany, and they say that they just get the ferry from Rotterdam over to Hull, and then they come here for the roads, which is quite interesting really, because people often sort of talk about Germany as having some great roads, and I mean, I know it does, but then those guys sort of coming back here, or coming across to here for the roads, and they were on is it Gilera? I don't really know much about motorbike brands, but there's a Saturno and Gilera 500cc little cafe racer type bikes they look to be. If I can remember, I'll try and dig out a picture I took of them next to this and put it up now. And they were sort of saying that they're going across to Liverpool. I don't know what they're doing in Liverpool, but that's where they're off. Let's slow it down here. And these little bridges, looks like one of those temporary bridges I think they made when the floods were on at one point, when they got the army in. It still looks like it's a temporary bridge now, that. But yeah, on the way from Pocklington down to Squires, I'm probably going to excuse me, crikey, probably going to be heading into the sun all the way, but you just can't complain because it is such a beautiful, this sort of evening for biking is just absolutely perfect. You've got the sun still out, you've got the temperatures, beautiful warm temperatures. The roads are not absolutely packed with traffic by this time, so you get a nice long stretches of road without lots of cars. It's a Saturday evening. My 2 weeks of my holiday have come to an end now, and I must admit I have picked the worst 2 weeks I think that I could have picked this year, because about 75% of the time it's been bloody raining, which has kept me from not going out on the bike too much. Today, for whatever reason, my neck and my shoulder have been giving me a load of shit, so I got a lot of pain earlier today, and I've had to take quite a few ibuprofen to sort that out, try and keep on top of that at least. It's not too bad now with all those, probably have to take some more before my ride home. But yeah, I've really enjoyed it this afternoon. It's I'm not out with anybody, I'm just on my own, just having a little solo run about. But it does come with a bit of a, you can do what you want when you want, go where you want, chill, and you do, when you're not in a group or with other people, you don't have any of that kind of, you know, quite often you'll get this, I've got to rush home now. You know, you'd be sort of like halfway through a run and somebody's already planning on getting home, and you're thinking, well, okay, fine, you get off, you go home. Well, the great thing about having rides on your own, even though it is more sort of solitary, is I can sort of sit now and think, well, what am I doing? I'm not doing anything this evening, so I'm just going to chill out and relax, and I can do that here on the road. I mean, there's nothing better, is there, than just a nice calm sunny evening, nice empty roads like this, just gently tootling around on your bike, no pressure, no stress, nobody telling you you've got to be home for a certain time. This, I think this is what it is all about. You know, you can go out, you can get the blast, you can get the kind of energy of going fast at times, but you can also get this really relaxing, chilled out sort of riding. And I think if you combine the two, It's the perfect recipe, it really is. Some lovely little places to live around here, isn't there? All pretty quiet and relaxed and chilled out little places. It's amazing how you can get some areas, and I know it's all down to wealth and education and, you know, all that sort of stuff, but you can get some areas like this that are just absolutely lovely, and, you know, within like 10 miles, 20 miles you can get areas that are pretty rough. And I mean, I know some people say it's down to the people in them. I don't really think it is. I think it's down a lot to the opportunities they've had and whether they've kind of had the right education, the right upbringing, and of course money. It always comes down to a bit of cash, bit of money. I've got quite a few new people watching my channel now, so thanks to those of you who have joined. Really do appreciate that. And if you want to see more stuff, I don't know why you would, but if you do, if you want to see me rambling along like this on my motorbike, sometimes a bit faster, sometimes a bit slower, then please subscribe. I really would appreciate that. It gives me an idea of how many people are interested in what I'm doing, and kind of spurs me on a little bit to do more of it. We are coming now, of course, to the end of the biking season. I think I'll probably stretch another 4 weeks out of it through September. That'll be pretty much 4 weekends of this sort of stuff, and then slow it down in October a little bit. Still try and make videos, but then I think November, December, January, probably bike will be pretty much off the road. I might make some other videos around other bits and pieces as I look potentially at maybe giving this bike a bit of a revamp. Don't know yet, we'll have to see. Anyway, what I'll do is I'll stop waffling on at this point here, I think, now. And I was going to just overtake those cars, but somebody's appeared there on the horizon. I don't know if you can see in the camera, actually, just before I do close off this bit of the video, there's a couple of hot air balloons up there in the sky. Don't know how well just up to the left there over those trees, I don't know how well the camera can actually spot that kind of stuff, because it's not really that good at showing detail at distance. Just at the end of the road now you can see one of those balloons. But I'll leave this camera running for a little bit, I think, and then I will either put a bit of music with it or cut to when I get to Squires. Don't know what I'm going to do. I shall just do something, guys. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you ride bikes, please do ride safe. But whatever you do, take care of yourselves, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye for now.